Okay, so here we have a box. We have a box that came from eBay. And it came from eBay because I asked somebody to send it to me. And it has Flytainium. It has Flytainium inside of it. So as you guys know, okay, so I am a very impressionable kind of person. In all honesty, I'm like a kid. I really am. I see something that looks cool, and I'm like, man, I want one. And so I seen an ad or a video on YouTube about the Flytainium, which apparently these people do a lot of stuff for Benchmade to make Benchmade's knives better, add-ons, third party, this kind of stuff. And they make their own knife setups from time to time. Caution, sharp object. Well, I'll tell you what, lawyers ruin the world. Flytainium, except lockpicking lawyer. He ain't done nothing negative to the world. All right, so I got to get that off my shoulders. Fly 1386 SBB, slate blue black. So let's check this baby out. That's kind of neat there. This old dude cooking on the Barbie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Can't beat that with a stick. I guess you can, but I ain't gonna. See. And that's about it in their box, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be a whole lot because this right here is kind of advertised and talked about as a work knife. This right here is intended to be used, abused, beat up, and everything, but used, not tortured or destroyed, but just used. And they've got a really good warranty. If you break something, strip a screw. If you break something using it, they'll replace it. If you strip a screw, they'll replace it. If you break it because you run over it with your truck, they'll help you, but I don't think they'll fix it for free. So you've got dual. No, it's a captured pivot. T8 looks like T6 in the body, and the um, pocket clip looks like it's probably a T8 on the crossbar lock or whatever they call it. And there's the little Flytainium logo, which is kind of like the Benchmade, but not. It's their equivalent, I guess. And that looks like T6 is there. So that's not good because that's probably Loctited, held in place, and you'll strip every T6 you've got till you got it open. Um, so let's. It's pretty decent sized blade stop. The pocket clip is heavy. It's You see how large the opening is. So, but it is recessed, and the screws are kind of a domed pan head that is recessed in the pocket clip, access from outside, and it is reversible from left or right hand carry. And of course, you'll be able to open it, using these. Uh, but let's start off energetically. We're gonna try to flick it. And we did. And there's the blade. The blade looks cool. I really like that. So it is some kind of a strange modified drop point, sheep's point, something. D2. It's a work style steel, which is fine. You have some chamfering up here on the front of the blade. The back is chamfered. You've got a flat grind on it. A nice little belly. This is really kind of like I don't know, like on the old Barlows and the I forget what they call that tip, but this is kind of a modified version of that, a sharper pointed version of that. You've got a full thing in your hand. I mean, the handle is, you got a handle full of knife, and I'm not really feeling a whole lot out of the pocket clip. I don't think that's a big issue. It kind of blends into the knife. I can't explain it. It's there, but it's blended in. I'm not getting issues with it. You have finger jimping, but this is just amazing with that ramp style on the back of the blade. You have all the control in the world. You're not going to lose control of this knife. You've got it. You have it all day long like that. So that's nice. G10 scales and the liners are encapsulated inside the G10 handles. A G10 backspacer. Or I say it's a G10. It kind of looks like micarta, but I don't think it is. I think that's just the milling or whatnot. But that's like a G10. It's going to be a G10 backspacer. You have a lanyard loop that's not getting used. And of course, yeah. And this is kind of neat. When you flick it open like that, you can when that blade hits, it just kind of, it's got some kick to it. Got some kick to it. So and that's got to be on bearings. Yeah, it's on bearings. Um, Blade is flippy floppy. So let's see. I'm gonna pull it all the way down and hold it, and see it drops. So you have a lot of times, like say, I think this one does it. Not really. I'm not sure. I've got some that when you pull that down, the blade pushes out like this right here. So, but in here it doesn't, and that is very stiff. That is very, very stiff. Uh, you can operate it one-sided, not a problem. Of course, thumb flicking, you, and you can sling it open. The detent, how does that feel? It's a very strong detent. See how far I'm pulling it out, and it's sucking it back up in there. I feel it breaking over right about there. So it's got a pretty good detent on it. I like the knife. I really do. I'm really liking the blade because it's got that flat grind on there, and I always like that. And I kind of like this back bevel, and it transitions into the next bevel, kind of a diamond shape. That is just, that's usable. That's very usable. This is everything that I thought it would be. Uh, it'd be nice to have some aluminum scales, some red aluminum scales on this, but that's fine. I mean, ain't no biggie. That it's got a pretty decent weight to it. The blade is the blade's right at 3.5 inches. So you got a nice size blade for use. This right here is something that I would take camping, everyday beater, stick it in my truck to carry around to do whatever. Uh, there is some skeletonization on the liners. I can see some residual oil in here, so they oiled it. Uh, So, and they sell all the parts to rebuild the knife, the scales, all the different things. I think they're out of the backspacer, or maybe they don't do the backspacer. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I did get on the website, and the website was just a little bit more expensive than actually buying it on uh, eBay. And you can buy ceramic bearings to go in here, so that you can upgrade to the better bearings. You can also upgrade the blade to a high end blade steel. So you can, this knife right here, it's like an AR-15. You buy an AR-15, you have the base system that you can upgrade and expand to whatever you want. To where you buy, I don't know what the costs are. I hadn't built one in a long time, but $500-600 on a AR-15, and you can build that baby up to $20,000-30,000, whatever you want to put into it. So this right here is kind of the same difference. You got this, and you build it up into whatever. And the blade edge feels really good. It looks it looks pretty uniform, but maybe a little more narrow than here than everywhere else. The back side, maybe the barest of a burr, or the shadow of a burr, right in here possibly, or a little bit of a burr back here on the back, a little bit of a sharpening choil, not a lot, but I mean that's fine. Uh, and it feels sharp. If I can find some hair, and of course it's shaven. As you can see, there's no hair there. I'm actually having to find new places to shave hair off my arm. Knocking Coke cans over and everything else. So, anyway, great. It's a great knife. I can't say anything. I'm looking forward to it since I ordered it. It was like I think $60, 50 something, or 50 or 60 something dollars. And this you get this knife right here, and it's gonna ride in your pocket for as long as you want it. I don't know how durable that coating is, but it's on there. I think it's be a pretty decent coating. The knife just feels, like you got something in your hands. Uh, Kind of give you a comparison. That's the Ozark next to it. Blades longer, handles longer. Everything's bigger about this knife, and kind of give you both of the pivots lined up there. You can see uh, some differences in the blade. So this knife's probably about a half inch wider. This is much, much, much lighter. This is very heavy. This is very, very heavy. So this knife right here it speaks utility, it speaks usage, it speaks daily grinding, doing something. And so I can't say enough good things about it. It is exactly what the guy advertised it on YouTube, and I think it is going to be a good deal. I think it's going to be a very useful tool. It's just your standard liner lock, or excuse me, your standard crossbar lock. Uh, you can buy the bits and pieces to keep it going right off their website. Upgrade it if you want, or just replace parts as you tear them up. Rip the pocket clip off, which you doing something, you rip that pocket clip off. Uh, get another one. So it's nice. I like it. It's stiff, strong. It's rigid. Uh, there's no blade movement left or right or up and down. It's not even flexed. A lot of times you see that blade moving when I do that, but I'm feeling movement in here. But you may see the blade itself flexing because of the length of the blade. But there's no movement. There's no movement inside there. I can't feel anything because you can I can't explain it. You can just feel it in there when it is. And so that blade is rock solid locked up. So for the price, I think you could do worse and you could do better. But at the bottom line, for what you get at that price, I don't know that you could do better. Because this everything just screams this is going to work with you all day long. So anyway, it's great. It's cut with it all day long. Strength. You just feel like you got a good grip on the knife. You're not going to worry about it going anywhere. And at D2, it's covered, it's coated. I just think this knife right here is going to work really well. So anyway, that's what I got on this right here. I appreciate you being here. I thank you. And I would ask that if you like this content, you would like and subscribe. And if not, do it anyway, because you're going to find something you like if you stick around. You got to watch every video, just the ones you're interested in. So anyway, I appreciate you. I thank you. And I will see you on the next one. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.